Welcome to Physiology Foundations. Physiology is the study of how the human body functions. In this lesson, we will focus on three essential concepts: homeostasis, membrane transport, and cellular energy metabolism. First, let's look at homeostasis 内环境稳态. The human body is constantly changing, but it must keep its internal environment within a relatively stable range. Body temperature, blood glucose, blood pressure, oxygen levels, and fluid balance all need to be carefully regulated. Homeostasis does not mean that these values never change. It means that the body continually makes adjustments to keep them within a healthy range. Most homeostatic regulation uses negative feedback, 负反馈. Negative feedback reverses a change and brings the body back toward its normal range. For example, when body temperature rises, receptors detect the change. The brain responds by increasing sweating and blood flow near the skin. These responses help release heat and lower the body temperature. When the body becomes cold, the response is different. Blood vessels near the skin constrict, and skeletal muscles may begin to shiver. Shivering produces heat and helps restore normal temperature. The same general pattern appears repeatedly. A change occurs. The body detects it. A control center processes the information. An effector produces a response. Finally, balance is restored. For massage therapists, it is important to understand that massage may support comfort and relaxation, but it does not control homeostasis or replace medical treatment. Now, let's move to membrane transport, 细胞膜运输. Every cell is surrounded by a cell membrane. This membrane protects the cell and controls what enters and leaves it. Some substances cross the membrane by diffusion. 扩散. Diffusion moves particles from an area of higher concentration to an area of lower concentration. It does not require cellular energy. Water moves through a selectively permeable membrane by osmosis. 渗透. Some substances cannot pass directly through the lipid portion of the membrane. They need a channel or carrier protein. This process is called facilitated diffusion, 液化扩散. It still moves substances down their concentration gradient and does not require energy. Active transport, 主动运输, is different. It moves substances against their concentration gradient. Because this movement requires work, the cell must use energy in the form of ATP. These transport mechanisms help cells maintain the correct balance of water, electrolytes, nutrients, and waste products. Massage can temporarily influence local pressure, fluid movement, and sensory input. However, we should avoid saying that massage pushes toxins out of cells. That claim is not physiologically accurate. Finally, let's examine cellular energy metabolism, 细胞能量代谢. Cells require energy to maintain their structures and perform their functions. The immediate energy source used by cells is ATP. 三磷酸腺苷. We can think of ATP as a small, rechargeable energy package. The body obtains energy from nutrients, especially glucose and fatty acids. During aerobic metabolism, glucose is gradually broken down with the help of oxygen. The first stage, glycolysis, 糖酵解, occurs in the cytoplasm. The remaining energy-producing processes occur mainly inside the mitochondria. 线粒体. Mitochondria are often called the powerhouses of the cell because they produce most of the ATP used during normal activity. Inside the mitochondria, nutrients are processed through the citric acid cycle and the electron transport chain. Oxygen is used, ATP is produced, and carbon dioxide and water are released. Skeletal muscles require ATP to contract, relax, and maintain normal muscle tone. ATP is also necessary for active transport, nerve signaling, tissue repair, and temperature regulation. When energy demand increases, such as during exercise, the muscles require more oxygen and nutrients. Heart rate and breathing rate increase to meet that demand. These three concepts are closely connected. Homeostasis keeps the internal environment stable. Membrane transport controls the movement of substances. Cellular metabolism supplies the energy needed to perform that work. Together, they form the physiological foundation for understanding the human body and its responses to massage. Before moving to the next lesson, consider this question. How might a change in membrane transport or ATP production affect the ability of a skeletal muscle to contract and relax?